Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And it is a very, very sad day indeed, because we have our first ever that I can really remember skill nerf after a character has been released. Now, the only other time they've ever actually straight up nerfed a character was Octagram Millum, and it was before she even came out. You know, she was touted as, hey, look at this sweet Millum, look at this in-game original outfit. You can get her for free. And they gave us all her stats and everything. And then like a week before the game released in October of 2021, they came out and said, yeah, by the way, we're gonna nerf all her stats. Or at least her attack. I think it was just her attack. And so she was the only character that had ever been nerfed, and we weren't even able to get her until like 2 months later because it cost autogram emblems and you didn't get those right away. But now we have a second character. So in the news, adjustments to Luminous Valentine, the Elegant Bloods skill. So there will be adjustments made to some of the 5-star autogram characters, which received a skill fusion on the 9th a couple days ago. So Lumi, right? We went over her kit and everything, and it looked pretty good. So it used to be, and this is after her new fusion, that she gave every orb a 50% gauge increase for alts for 1 turn, and then gave commander allies a 30% stacking AoE attack buff, which you could do literally forever. And that was very, very powerful because you could do things that looked like this, and you could do 10 million damage with Diablo. You could do 13 million damage with Diablo. You could do 17 if you crit, right? And these are optimized, lots of stacks. This is turn 9. You could do some crazy, crazy things with Diablo because he is on the commander category. And we're like, oh, this is a good skill. Commander will get buffed in the future. Lumi will be pretty much essential for any AoE character. Well, the devs saw these numbers and they're like, oh, we have become error. So they changed it. They nerfed it. So now it's all souls alt gauge increase for 50%, back to the 3 turns that it originally was before the skill fusion. And then instead of commander allies, it's everybody gets an AoE attack buff, but it only goes from 10 to 20 to 30%. So at maximum, you get a 30% increase instead of having 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, etc. And while, opening it up to all allies does seem cool, having it capped at 30% means that you will do way, way, way less damage than what you were expecting to, when we originally saw her skill. I don't really care about this gauge increase, right? I really don't. This skill right here could have been incredible, and it could have made a pretty not great category better in the future. If we look at Commander, yeah, like it was really Albedo, Yom, and Diablo because those are the AoE characters, and then you had Yom, you had Lumi yourself, you had Water and Space Rimuru. Like, oh, we're really, I guess you could have this this fucking Rimuru over here. Sure, whatever. But like we're in the era of EX units, and so we care about EX alts. And that was really bad Albedo, defensive unit Yom with no attack stat, and then Diablo, brand new unit. You want to do things to buff new units, right? And Lumi, while very specifically buffing Diablo, buffed him very well. And now she doesn't. So they're going to change the skill sometime in between tonight and tomorrow morning. And it is just a very, very unfortunate thing. Yeah, 4 a.m. UTC on the 12th. So this will happen overnight, essentially. But as compensation, they are going to refund us everything that it takes to get Lumi to level 100 to get to that skill fusion. So they're going to give us 25 Octagram shards, 1 Omni Accord for the actual skill fusion itself, and then all of these skill enhancement materials that's required to actually get that skill leveled up. So, no, it's not crystals. I know people would want that. Sorry. They did this, 2 years ago when EX, or not EX, but Octagram Guy came out. I was going to make a video on that as like a anniversary or something. But, when Octagram Guy came out, you could accidentally making him level 100 with 5 shards instead of 25, and they refunded literally everything about that character. Looks like they're doing the same thing. So everybody, literally everybody. So even if you don't have Lumi, like straight up, if you don't have Lumi, you're all gonna get 25 OCTAGRAM shards, which is pretty impactful considering that Lumi is still a good unit. Without that skill, with this nerf, right? She's still got that 60 to 80% buff. You could then skill fuse that first skill and make it an 80% buff, literally for free. You could do one of the other OCTAGRAM characters, which I'm going to do now. I'm probably going to do Daggerl, right? I don't need Guy, I don't need Dino or Ramos or Leon. I'm interested in Daggerl's kit, and now I can do it literally for free. So there is a small silver lining to this whole nerf, but it is, at its core, very, very unfortunate and crappy that they had to nerf her. I don't really see a problem with this skill. It is hyper limited to commander characters, and 30%, yes, is really, really good. But it's only good for like 3 people, right? If this was everybody gets a 30% stacking buff, like then we could see a little bit of toning down. Like I would understand that because then the game would go crazy. But this, I didn't feel like this was overpowered. It made Diablo do really good damage. It made Albedo do decent damage, of which I'm going to have to go change my Albedo video that I have scheduled for... actually, I'm going to have to change this whole Lumi video. Hold on. I have to change 2 videos now. Fuck. I had a video scheduled. Here, I'll even show you. I have Lumi's Skill Fusion video scheduled for tomorrow, right? And then I have an Albedo video scheduled for the 14th. And they were both going to be using this new Skill Fuse Lumi to make them look good. Well, that's not the case as of 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, or whatever the time it changes. Crap. Alright, well, I should probably finish recording this and re-record their fucking videos. End of the story, I don't think it was that overpowered that it needed a nerf. But, that's just me. I don't know what's going on with the devs. 13 million damage looks really cool, and it is really cool, and now it's just not a thing anymore. So we're going to get, her 80% alt buff and up to 30% on the AoE buff for anybody now. So, I mean, that's cool. I don't know how much of a ticket's going to... I guess I'll have to redo her video now when I get that buff on. Okay, well, I'm talking in circles at this point. But Lumi is going to get nerfed in the very, very, very immediate near future. It's going to make her more versatile for all characters, but less good overall. And I really don't enjoy that. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are. At least we get that bit of compensation. That's cool, I guess. But that's it for me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.